Next, stack the tail neatly to prepare for folding. Bring the entire tail to one side. Center the stabilizer and stack the tail one fold at a time on top of the corresponding side. When you reach the tail pocket itself, switch and stack the other side of the tail. Again, start with the stabilizer, centering the stabilizer seam and line, and stack each tail fold individually on top of the previous fold. Next, we have to bring the tail pocket down to the base of the pack job in order to stow the lines. To move the tail pocket, first detach the clamp which holds the D-lines so the tail pocket can be moved. Grasp the tail pocket in your left hand or right hand. Grasp the tail pocket in one hand. Grasp the next seam with the other hand. Bring this seam part way down. Bring the tail pocket the rest of the way down to the base of the pack job. Next, free the container so that you can stow the lines. Place your weight on the pack tray, loosen the leg strap, and remove it from the tension point. Gradually release the container so as not to induce slack in the lines. Next, stow the lines. Begin by inspecting the stow band under the locking stow. Verify the stow band is in good condition and will survive to line stretch during this deployment. Open the tail pocket. Grasp the first bite of line and lock it in the locking stow. Wrap this stow tightly enough that it will survive until the pack job reaches line stretch during the deployment, but not so tight that it will be under tension during the hike or the climb so much that it breaks prematurely. 1 or 2 wraps is usually sufficient. Next, take the locking stow bite and place it in the pocket underneath the tail pocket to contain it. To stow the line groups, position yourself on the canopy with the tail pocket between your legs. Move your hands symmetrically and evenly. Keep your palms down and your thumbs pointed in throughout this process. First, bring a group of lines straight up the middle and form the first stow. Then, continue forming loops as you gather the lines into the tail pocket. Each loop should be slightly smaller and slightly closer to the mouth of the tail pocket to reduce the entanglement chance. Bring the links tight up to the mouth of the tail pocket. If you need to pull a little line out while stowing the canopy in the pack tray, you can always pull a little line back out. Next, close the tail pocket around the line groups. Seal the bottom Velcro first on both sides. Then, seal the Velcro on the side of the tail pocket. Be careful not to catch lines inside the Velcro. After you've sealed the sides, re-verify the bottom Velcro. The canopy now has to be narrowed to fit into the pack tray. There are many different methods of narrowing the canopy, and virtually all of them work, so long as they are symmetric from the left to the right. The simplest method is to use a tilly fold. Simply fold the outside of the canopy into the center. Bring the outside of the fold to the center stitch line of the tail. To keep the fold here, clamp across the outside. Remove the clamps from the line groups and transfer them down to the side. Repeat the process on the other side. It's easiest to leave one clamp on the A-lines and use an extra clamp to hold the narrowing folds. Next, prepare the pack tray to receive the canopy. First, untie or detach your risers so that you can spread them to shoulder width. Carefully move the risers out without pulling lines out of the tail pocket. Transfer the pull-up cord to the closing loop so that it's ready for use. At the same time, insert the other pull-up cord into the bottom closing loop. Now, spread the pack tray as widely open as possible so that it's ready to accept the canopy. Next, bring the canopy and the pack tray together. Firmly grasp the base of the canopy around the lines so that you don't pull any out of the tail pocket. Put your other hand on the top of the pack tray. Create tension between your two hands to maintain the riser straight, and move the pack tray underneath the canopy. Carefully place the corners of the canopy into the lower corners of the pack tray, and inspect your risers to make sure that they haven't twisted or crossed during the moving process. To fold the canopy into the pack tray, we'll need to detach the remaining tensioner from the tension point and lift the canopy. Make the first fold just below the top of the pack tray. This fold should expose the center sew at the nose. Next, dress the nose of the canopy, being certain to keep the symmetric center centered within the pack tray. First, remove the A-line clamp, then find the center rib. Follow the center rib to the top skin tape and spread the top skin tape around the outside edges of the pack job. Verify that the symmetric center junction is sitting centered within the canopy. After treating the nose, fold the canopy again into the pack tray.
You're almost there. Now it's time to close the container. Select the type of container you'd like to close from the links below. Or if you're on a mobile device, you'll have to do it the hard way and go back to the Snake River Base Academy YouTube channel and find the video you want manually. Good luck.